Those who have an ex-best friend, what happened? She offered my husband a blowjob in my living room after I went to bed. When I confronted her on it, she didn't think I should be mad because it was just casual conversation and she would have only done it if I said it was okay. The fact that she waited until I went to bed and her husband went home to say it definitely tells me she would have absolutely waited to get an okay from me if my husband had said, "Esther won't mind." Sadly, he got sick schizophrenia set in around 21-22. Went from the nicest guy in our friend group, the shirt off his back guy, to telling us he could control the songs on the radio. The Virgin Mary kept coming in his room trying to fuck him, and Aerosmith stole all their songs from inside his brain. This was in the 90s. We were all so young. We tried to stay friends while he got treatment, but we just weren't emotionally developed enough to handle it. We saw him about 5-6 years later, invited him to hang out and play some games like we used to, but he just wasn't the same person. It's sad. I don't know. He completely ghosted me. Never came right out and said there was a problem. It hurts as much as a romantic breakup. He cheated on every girlfriend that he had and used me 48M as his alibi, asking me to lie for him. He then beat up his last girlfriend, the final straw for me, and broke a glass in his hand so he could tell the police that she tried to stab him. That was 18 years ago now. Sexual assault, and he wonders why I stopped hanging out with him after that. Edit, for clarification, he assaulted me, not somebody else. We had a falling out over a misunderstanding that neither of us wanted to apologize for. He slept with my GF. Pretty straightforward. MLM. I got tired of always being the one who cared more and put in all the effort to maintain our friendship. The guy I was dating was best friends with the guy she was dating. His best friend told him about how she was telling him about how she was actively trying to make me so miserable that I would kill myself before the end of senior year, because she heard that students close to suicide victims would be given leeway in regards to graduation requirements while they are grieving, and I just really don't want to deal with EOCs. Fuck you, Sarah. I female have chosen to end several best friendships with other women. Some insights gained with therapy helped me see that I was choosing female friends who needed a lot of emotional help support, but were not willing to take responsibility for their part in continuing to make decisions that perpetuated what was wrong with their lives or making them unhappy. I was a fixer, and I felt reinforced as worthy of love when I was playing this supportive best friend role, but it wasn't good for my mental health and the support was not reciprocated. Loyalty is great and all, but you can't continue to be friends with people who are committed to being miserable. Not healthy for anyone. He married my fiancée while I was deployed. CrossFit happened. I just stopped reaching out as the only reward was CrossFit talk. He wouldn't call me, presumably as I do not offer CrossFit talk or CrossFit activity. Once you start refusing to be bullied, made fun of, and generally pushed around, the person who was doing that to you in the first place won't like you standing up for yourself. So I knew the guy for over 20 years. I'm very passionate when it comes to animals. Tending to them, caring for them, and have been trained to tend to them when they are sick. Use of syringes, meds, and fluids. Roughly a year ago I had this cat. We called her Mama. She was an old girl. She stopped eating and drinking. Age was getting to her and her time was coming. About a week before I could put her down. Low on funds at the time, my ex-best friend said to just throw the cat out in the woods and be done with it or snap its fucking neck. This made me sick to my stomach. Now I rarely ever talk with him as I'm still friends with his brother. He turned into a hardcore G and I went to college. He's still in prison. His wife only allows him to hang out with his fraternity brothers or her friends' husbands. He stood for that shit, so bye. Time. Nothing lasts forever. She turned into a completely different person who was mean to everyone, all the time. Fucked both of my wives. Yes, 2 wives, 10 years apart. She became very possessive and jealous whenever I made new friends or had plans without her. I didn't like his wife, and he chose her over me as he should have. Turns out I was right, but the damage had been done. He started spreading rumors about me to other friends, and I couldn't trust him anymore. Our lives just went in different directions, and we lost the connection we once had.